right, welcome back. Sticky Ricky and Smoking Joe's Backyard Barbecue. Yesterday we got about a 7-pound pork shoulder. I showed you how to prep it. Showed you how to trim the fat cap off to get that rub to penetrate that meat. I still got that in the fridge, and now what we're going to do is we're going to get the smoker going. I got my drip pans, got my probes, I got a basket full of lump charcoal in my smoker box, and I got my chimney. So what I'm going to do, and these tumbleweeds are the best for starting the chimney. What I do is I usually just take a couple of these, throw it right on there. Light them up. This is how easy it is. Set that right on there and then let it go. Now with this chimney, you gotta wait until it gets to the top and you can see that the lump charcoal is getting gray and it's getting hot. It'll look, you can see the red embers in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let that cook, and then I'm gonna get my smoker up to temp, and then I'm gonna bring that bad boy out and we're gonna put it on. Welcome back. I got my smoker up to temp. We're at about 271 right now. I run anywhere from 250 to 275. Like I said, I don't worry too much about the temp of the smoker. I worry more about the internal temp of the meat. That's the most important part. You got to cook it till it's done. I mean, you still don't want your smoker to get out of control. You don't want to be cooking at 400. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put this on. Doesn't that look amazing? Alright, I'm using apple and hickory today. And the one thing about hickory is that you don't want to over smoke your meat with hickory because it's got a very pungent taste. It can ruin it. It can taste bitter. So you want to kind of be careful with that. But I got her on. We're going to close her up. And I should be back to you in about 3 hours. We're going to do some spritzing with some apple cider. This is probably going to cook for anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. So stick around. It's going to be a long one. All right, welcome back. It's been 3 hours on this pork shoulder. What I'm going to do now is we're going to apple cider on it. And we're going to open her up, see what she looks like. Oh, wow. That looks beautiful already. Hog sprayer. Works really well. Give that a good dousing. I'm going to check it with my probe. At about 145. I'm probably going to give it another hour and a half. I got to get it up to 150 to 170 to wrap it, and then I'm going to show you that process when I wrap it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the fire stoked back up, close this down, and I'll see you in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. All right, welcome back. It's Sticky Ricky, Smoking Joe's Backyard Barbecue. We've been working on this pork shoulder. We're about 4.5 hours into the cook, and we're going to wrap it. We're at the temps, the internal temps about 165 to 170. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do during this wrap. This rub that I talked about when we were prepping, the honey hog barbecue, great rub. So we're going to sprinkle some of this on. Basically what I got right now, I've got the bark that I want. We're just adding flavor. And I'm putting it in this foil pan and I'm adding no liquid to it. Next I'm going to put brown sugar. Don't be afraid of it. Then I'm gonna take about a half a stick of butter. Like that. Wait, I gotta show you something before I wrap this up. I got another side project over here that I'm working on. Come over here, Tate. Take a look at these bad boys. Meatballs. I'm going to do that on another video. Those are going to turn out delicious. All right. Get back here. I got my rub on. I got my brown sugar. I got my butter. Now I'm going to put some tin foil over the top. You're going to see what I was talking about not worrying about drying these out by taking that fat cap off, because you're going to see the juice when I'm done. Holds the juice, and then this just cooks in the juice the rest of the cook. All right, probably got about another 3 to 4 hours, and I'll bring you back when we get that done, and I'll show you how we're gonna plate this. See you then. All right, welcome back. We made it to the finish line. This pork shoulder is finally done. I smoked it for about 6 hours. I let it rest for about an hour. And what I do when I pull it off the smoker is I wrap it in tin foil, and I like to put a towel over it and just let it be. So now let's see what we got. Oh yeah. Get a close look at that. That looks absolutely beautiful. So now what we're going to do the bone test. And I let this go to about 200. I let it set. It's going to finish cooking. So now the bone test. And this bone right here, it should slide right out, no problem. Look at that. Look at that smoke. Perfect, juicy. This thing's gonna fall right apart. Now, when you plate this, you can plate this with coleslaw. You can plate it without coleslaw. You can have barbecue sauce. What I like to do is come check the juice out in this pan. Is that when I pull it apart, I put it right back in the pan, and I can serve it like that without barbecue sauce, and the flavor is going to be phenomenal. So now let's give it the taste test. Right there. And that makes your eyes light up. That is so juicy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this going, and until next time, I'm not sure what I'm going to put out there next, but it's going to be something good. But I got to feed some kids. They're starving. They're getting mad at me. And just remember, sticky fingers always taste good.